Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. I am Real and I have a damn sports opinion. And today I'm talking about my 49ers and they week one victory over the Detroit Lions. We'll give a little recap on that. Talk about things going forward or whatnot. But we are here. This is episode one of Porch Chronicles, 49ers edition. Let's get into it. Let's start with the team stats, y'all. First downs, we had 21. Lions had 31. Didn't really mean nothing. We had a lot of big plays that went for touchdowns and stuff like that. The Lions did a little more ticky-tacking, short passes, stuff like that. Third down efficiency, we were 3 for 9. Could be better, but ain't too bad. We held the Detroit Lions to 4 for 15, which is great for a defense. We didn't go for it on fourth down. Detroit did go for it on fourth down. They were 2 for 5, which is pretty good as well. We only ran 55 plays on Sunday, but on those 55 plays, we got 442 yards. The Detroit Lions ran 84 plays. They got 430 yards off of that. We had 12 drives. They had 14 drives. We were averaging 8 yards a play. Those guys only averaging 5.1 yards a play. Passing yards, we had 311 on 18 of 26 at 11 and a half yards a pass with no interceptions. They had 314 on 38 of 57 with 5.2 yards per average and an interception thrown. We did give up 1 sack, and we did get 3 sacks on the Lions, so that was very good for the defense, if you feel me on that one. Rushing yards, we had 131 rushing yards on 28 attempts at 4.7 yards per rush. Those guys had 116 rushing yards on 24 attempts at 4.8 yards per rush. Run defense got to be better. We gave up 4.8 yards per rush. That's a lot. We were 2 for 2 in the red zone. They were 3 for 3 in the red zone. Penalties. We were 7. They had 7 penalties for 79 yards. They only had 5 penalties for 45 yards. And turnovers. We turned the ball over 3 times, lost 3 fumbles. No interceptions, but we did lose 3 fumbles. They only turned the ball over once with an interception, but it did go for a pick 6. Time of possession, they won that. We had the ball 26 minutes and 32 seconds. They had the ball 33 minutes and 28 seconds, but that was partly due to us, bombing them down the field and running the ball on their ass or whatever. We were doing our thing on offense. The entire game, we were doing our thing on offense. I love what I saw out of the offense. Very efficient, moved well, did a lot of things good. So that's why that time of possession was disparate. Even though we won the game and the score, we put up a lot of numbers. We just didn't have the ball that much because of the quick touchdowns and stuff like that. Moving along to individual stats. Jimmy Garoppolo played a great game. He was 17 of 25 for 314 yards and a touchdown. He only got sacked once. He had a 74.6 QBR. Trey Lance came in that first drive, and that first drive that we actually had after the fumble that Jimmy did. I take that back. Jimmy did have a turnover. He fumbled the ball on a damn snap. Like, we grown men in the NFL, stuff like that can cost us games in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So we got to show that shit up, man. We have to shore that up. Trey Lance came in on the first drive that we actually had and completed it. Finished the drive off with a pass for 5 yards for a touchdown to Sherfield. Mitchell, the rookie, came in. Mostert got hurt, came in, had 19 carries, 104 yards, and a touchdown. Mostert, he had 2 carries for 20 yards, and that was all to talk about. Hasty had 1 carry for 3 yards, but that 1 carry was a touchdown. Receiving-wise, Debo Samuel. Debo, 9 receptions, 189 yards, and a touchdown. 79 being his long. He had 12 targets. He played a great game, probably his best game at receiver to date, if I'm not mistaken. George Kittle had 4 receptions for 78 yards. Sheffield had 2 receptions for 23 yards and a touchdown. Hasty had 1 reception for 15 yards. Sanu 1 for 7, and Hughes 1 for 7. As a total, we had 18 receptions for 319 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that's on offense, man. We have fumbles by Garoppolo, Kittle, and Samuel, 3 of our biggest players, if not our best players on offense. We got to clean that shit up. We definitely have to clean that shit up. Detroit, Goff, he went for 38. He went 38 for 57 for 338 yards and 3 touchdowns and interception. We sacked him 3 times. His QBR was only 24.8. But we gave up way too many yards in the second half to Goff, man. Way too many yards. Way too many missed tackles. Rushing wise, Williams had 9 carries for 54 yards for them in a touchdown. Swift had 11 carries for 39 yards and no touchdowns. But that was pretty much it. They did do pretty good as far as rushing wise goes, as far as attempts and average. But all in all, we bottled it up after the first quarter. First half, I'd say. First half, they got some big slashing runs, some big gainers in there through the middle of our defense that we're gonna have to fix up. But I think that'll be shored up when Kinlaw comes back. As far as receiving goes, their tight end T.J. Hawkinson killed us. 8 receptions, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Swift killed us 2 out of the backfield. 8 receptions, 65 yards, and a touchdown. Williams as well out of the backfield. We didn't really give up much to wide receivers, but the running backs and tight ends just killed us Sunday. So that's something we have to shore up as well too. Like I said, they only had the 1 interception. Fred Warner, of course, led the team in tackles. As far as tackles for loss, Nick Bosa led us in tackles for loss with 3. Warner had 11 total tackles. Sacks, you had Bosa, Street, and Ford all getting a sack for us, which is very good. Greenlaw had the interception return for a touchdown, the pick 6, which is pretty good. Kick returns, Thomas did his thing on that as well. But all in all, it was a well-rounded game by the offense, and the defense just didn't. They did their job in the first half, but it seems like we kind of slacked off, especially in that last 5 minutes. It was like, hey, game's over, and then we almost let them come back and send it to overtime. Some good I saw from the game, just to give you some good offensive line play. Offensive line play was great. We only gave up 1 sack on Jimmy Garoppolo. We opened up a lot of rushing lanes. We ran the ball well. We threw the ball well. We protected the quarterback. And like I said, we opened up lanes. So offensive line play, they get an A+ from me. It was perfect from them. The running game was great as well with Mostert going out and Mitchell actually coming in and stepping in. Hasty got a carry as well. We did some stuff in the reverse where it was like a pass, but it was pretty much a run with Debo. And Debo helped us out pretty well. Quarterback play. Garoppolo, man. Garoppolo played his ass off. I mean, we on 49ers Twitter, 49ers Facebook, 49ers Instagram, we tend to trash Garoppolo on his play, trash him on that good stuff. And he actually came through, man. 17 to 25, 18 of 25, was it? Or 17. 17 of 25, 314 yards and a touchdown. I mean, we can't ask any more for that. He only got sacked once, so we kept him upright. As long as we can keep him healthy, I think we have a very successful season coming. But, again, that boy injury prone. He's fragile, so we got to protect him and we got to keep him healthy. Defensive line play in the pass rush. Defensive line play in the pass rush was very good. We hit the quarterback 9 times yesterday, so that was a good thing. We got 3 sacks out of it. We put a lot of pressure on Goff and made him make some mistakes early. In that last 5 minutes where the Lions went on their comeback, we couldn't seem to garner any pressure, and it didn't seem like we were blitzing. Out of a lot of the plays I've seen, I didn't see any blitzes. I think we were just trying to get pressure with the front 4. And I think those guys were gassed by the end of the game. I think those guys were like, hey, we should have been out of here. We shouldn't have been on the field, but it is what it is. Debo, Kittle, and Sherfield played great as receivers, but we're going to need Jennings, Ayuk, and all those guys to step up as well in the receiving game. We can't have the majority of our receiving coming from just 3 players. We got to get 4 to 5 players in that rotation to where we can lean on them and we can get the ball to them. I don't think Ayuk touched the ball at all, if I'm not mistaken, on Sunday, and we can't have that, man. We drafted him way too high for him not to touch the ball at all on Sunday, especially after the year he had last year. He had a pretty decent year last year. We can't complain. I mean, he had a pretty dope year last year. So we are gonna need him to step up big time, especially in this next game on the road against the Eagles. The Eagles defense looked pretty good, especially their secondary. So we need Ayuk at some point to step up in the game, at some point. But those are the good things I've seen. As far as the bad, turnovers. 3 turnovers, a botched snap. Kittle fumbled on trying to get some extra yards, and Debo fumbled trying to get some extra yards. We have to value the ball, people. If we don't value the damn ball, we are going to lose critical and close games against quality teams if we keep turning the ball over more than we turn the ball over. Luckily, the Lions, just to face the Lions aren't a quality team. So luckily they aren't a quality team, and we were able to go ahead and still capitalize even though we gave up the ball 3 times. And I know 2 of those were in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, up 41-17 with 5 minutes left to go. There shouldn't have been any reason why these guys were able to get 16 points on us and make it a game with a minute and so left and having the ball in our territory. I think they were in the red zone or close to the red zone as well before we made a stop. So like I said, just turnovers, that was bad. We got to clean that up and shore that up, and we'll be okay. Run defense, especially in that first quarter to mid-second quarter, we were getting gashed straight up the middle. Anything they tried to do stretch-wise or get to the edge, we were all over top. We were all on top of that shit. But up the middle, man, we were getting killed. Our DTs were getting pushed around and moved around. Linebacker play coming up in that, and defensive line play in that interior. It has to be better. Has to be better. That was the only bad that I saw as far as defensive line play went, was up the interior. We just could not stop them in the beginning of the game. Now, towards the end of the game and middle of the game, we shorted up and we did a great job. They didn't get as many big runs as they had, and they had to abandon the run game because of the score. So that was a tell too. But that middle of that defense, man, we have to get better. DB play. If there has been an Achilles heel in the 49ers defense over the last 6, 7, 8 years, it's been defensive back play. These guys, we got to cover better. We did a great job on receivers. But what we have to do better is we have to do better on the tight ends and the running backs coming out of the backfield. And then we have to tackle in space, guys, especially our DBs. Our DBs missed a lot of tackles yesterday in space. We can't do that. We can't do that moving forward. We're playing some potent offenses, starting with Philadelphia coming up. They have some speedsters on the offense. We got to tackle, man. We got to wrap up. We got to tackle, first tackle. We can't have broken tackles and guys getting rack and yak yards. We have to tackle better, guys. We just have to. That's just something that is going to be big when it comes to us trying to move forward and trying to get this 6th Super Bowl ring. We're just going to have to tackle. I seen a few blown assignments, especially on the tight ends and the running backs coming out of the backfield. And that's something else that I would say would be bad, is the blown assignments by a few of the linebackers on the tight ends and the running backs in coverage. Nothing that is not fixable, but something that we have to address and have to fix ASAP. You get what I'm saying? Like, we have to fix that ASAP. There's no way we're going to be a successful team we want to be if we keep having missed and blown assignments, especially on tight ends and running backs coming out of the backfield. But those were the bad, man. For me, turnovers, the run D, the DB play, the missed tackles, and the few blown assignments on the running backs out of the backfield and the tight ends. And I think we shore that stuff up, and we'll get right. We'll get where we need to be. As far as injuries, man, we lost 2 guys, man, for an extended period of time. We lost Jason Verrett out of a cornerback out of our secondary. Out of a secondary that's already banged up and already doesn't have enough depth. When we speak about Emmanuel Mosley, who didn't play because of a knee injury, hopefully we get him back week 2 versus the Eagles. But yeah, we lost Jason Verrett for the season to a torn ACL, and I know we signed Josh Norman. I know we just signed Drake Kirkpatrick yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. But we have to shore up that defensive backfield, man. And injuries is not helping us out. That was a big blow to our defensive backfield this early in the season to lose Verrett for the year. Hopefully Josh Norman and Kirkpatrick can step in with Emmanuel Mosley coming back, and we can get some kind of rotation that can, because we have we go against some receiving courses. Let's face it. Cardinals have A.J. Green, Noop Hopkins. They have Kirk. You know what I'm saying? The Rams with Kupp and is it Edwards? And those guys, and then we have the Seahawks with Lockett and freaking Metcalf, and so we're going against some quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and damn the little ferret looking boy, what is his name? Kyler Murray, and also Matt Stafford. So we're going against some good receiving corps and some good quarterbacks in our division, man. And like I said, man, in one of my previous videos, I thought the AFC North would have been the best division, but it looks like the NFC West, who went undefeated this weekend, is probably going to be the best division again. And so we just got to do something about the defensive backfield, man. We got to do something about DBs, man. We have to shore that up, and we have to step up and get some stops. We are going to be in a world of trouble. Losing Verrett was big, big. Raheem Mostert. What can I say about this guy, man? This guy here, I love this guy's talent and upside, but he is frail. He is frail as a leaf blowing in hurricane wind speeds. Like, that guy is frail. And in order for us, only good thing I'd say about that is that we're deep at running back. I know Trey Sermon didn't play Sunday, and I know Wilson is out. I think Wilson will probably be back around the same time Mostert is back, but we still have Mitchell, we still have Hasty, we still have Trey Sermon. So we're still capable at the position. But Mostert, man, you know, he wanted starting running back pay, and then I just don't see us giving that to him if he can't be available. You know what I'm saying? The best attribute is availability. You got to be available, man. So he's going to be out 8 weeks with chip knee cartilage. And the other injury that we sustained was Dre Greenlaw. He's going to be day-to-day with the groin, looking like he may be able to play against the Eagles. But that's another significant injury that we suffered. Other than that, man, like I said, a win is a win is a win. 49ers win 41-33. It was pretty for 55. It was pretty for 55 minutes and ugly for 5 minutes, but we got it done. 41-33. Like I said, the score doesn't predict how far away this game was. The game was not as close as the score shows. We got the W. I'm okay with it. There's some things to work out, but hey, on to week 2, baby. On to the Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all let me know down in the comment section, fans, how y'all feel about the game. Detroit fans as well, y'all can chime in. 49ers fans, but let me know how y'all feel about the game. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Back Porch Chronicles, episode 1, my 49ers. You already know I'm real, and I have a damn sports opinion. Peace.